Hi, guys. So I have a couple of minutes in between calls of my students. So I wanted to jump in here with you guys and first answer any questions you guys may have about what's going on in your business while this is live. I know it's just, I just kind of jumped on, so a lot of people might catch the replay. So if you caught the replay, then you're kind of out of luck. So if you're live, you can ask me a question though. So I wanted to jump in, and because this is a pattern that I've seen come up with a lot of my students in the past couple days, and that is it seems like everyone's catching comparisonitis right now because everyone and their mother are trying to go virtual at this point. So it's actually a good thing because it's priming people to learn virtually, which is a big bonus for you if you start doing this stuff right now, because you're going to mess up a lot. So that's one of the biggest things I tell my clients is go fuck shit up because that's the only way you're going to learn. So everyone's catching this comparisonitis, and I want to give you guys a tool and the biggest mindset shift that you can ever have around sales of any kind. So just remember that this is the time that people are being primed to learn from you digitally or virtually. So in my dog training business, I was doing this for like 3 years up until now. So I know that I know I've been through the pitfalls sorry, let me turn this off. All of the nonsense that comes with that. It's not as easy as people think it is, definitely. But I feel like what I can do for you guys right now is this information. Us dog trainers are so used to selling big programs all the time. So we're selling like all the bells and the whistles and this and that and this and that. And this isn't really the time to do that with what's going on in the world right now. So, and the reason I say that, it's not that you can't do that, but that should be like your signature program. So I don't want you guys to worry about that stuff right now because it takes a lot of preparation to get that right. You just can't throw it online and expect people to know or follow through on what you're doing. It's a totally different thing to teach people online than it is to teach people face to face. So, but us dog trainers are so used to selling that big thing with all of the things. So right now I want you to stop and don't worry about any of that stuff. And the reason I say that is because I'm seeing people use that as an excuse not to do things. So because we would rather sit and figure out a sales funnel, which you guys shouldn't even be there yet, or you sit down and try to figure out how to use the digital platforms that like Kajabi and Thinkific and stuff like that, or even just figure out your email software. Now's not the time to do that. Right now is a great time to do what you should be doing with your audience right now, and that is to provide value to them, to nurture them, to lead them, and if it aligns for you, to sell to them. And I know that I've heard that people don't want to seem icky right now, but I'm going to tell you the mindset shift at the end. And this is, I want like 5 different microphones to drop at the same time because this is huge. And it changed the way that I've viewed selling across the board. So the biggest thing that you can do right now as a business owner is the selling thing, there's an underlying issue there. If you're having a problem selling right now, there's something under that's always been there that you haven't dealt with. You've just been comfortable enough not to deal with it. So now's a great time to do that. But the first thing I do with clients is we figure out what their values are, personally and in their business. So, and those can look totally different, but we figure out their values. And I'll give you an example. I'll give you a couple examples of this. One of my personal biggest values is the need to feel independent. So if I were to just throw out all my stuff that I have for free in like just to like put stuff out for free that doesn't align with me. And I would end up feeling way worse about myself and then go on like a downhill thing. Now, not that I haven't given stuff away for free, but it's been on my terms. So most of the stuff I'm still charging for, though. It looks a little bit different as to the deliverable, but one of my other clients, one of her biggest values is community. So this actually happened a week ago, which was a totally different time than today, but we did a pack walk food drive for her. So her clients were so impressed with that she ended up making a lot more money than she would have as if she just would have went on like one appointment with somebody, like one private session, which I don't recommend. But she made more money because her clients were so impressed with that. And she got to go to her local food bank and give them a ton of food, which made her feel really good. That totally aligned with her. One of my other clients, one of her biggest values is wellness, dog wellness. So we set up I think it's a 7-day challenge with her clients. If they're existing clients, that's for free. If they're new, then she charged them like $27, but she still was making those small wins that stopped her from going into a free fall of like doom and gloom and like the world is ending and she's never going to pay another bill ever again. So there's stuff that you can do in your business as it aligns with your values. We have to look at what your values are. So the one thing, the way that I like to do this is just brainstorm them out. Just get a piece of paper out and start brainstorming. Like I said, you can split those up. A lot of them are going to overlap, though, in your personal and your business values. But look at those things. That's going to give you ideas into what you can do for your community and your people at this time. Because if not doing anything is not helping anyone, people are still out there needing your help. People are still spending money. It looks different. It's prioritized different, but if you look at your values and see what you can offer them, and then just see what aligns for you as far as price. If that's nothing, then that's totally fine too. Like I said, I've done some free stuff for previous dog training clients of mine. And it was just like a quick 15-minute thing. And then I sent them like one lesson out of something, like, or a bonus thing out of something. And now they're back on track, not wanting to kill their dog. I didn't charge for that. So whatever's aligning with you there. And if you want to share some of your values, we can look at some of those things right now while I'm on and have time right now. So get some small wins in your business. If that small win looks like sending an email or figuring out an email sequence or figuring out an opt-in, that's a small win. We all need those small wins right now. So don't forget, if you're doing a lower priced, that's good right now because it's going to allow people to buy from you for the first time, which is going to create that know, like, and trust. It's going to create all that stuff. One thing that I don't want you doing, and write it down, I don't want you doing this, is to discount your signature program. So an example is my signature. When I was dog training, my signature program was called Zen Dog. I would never consider discounting that right now because all that's going to do in the long run is compromise the integrity of that program. If for whatever reason I want to release that later on, I don't see myself doing that. But if I ever did, it would not serve anybody. It wouldn't serve me energetically. So, and I'm very adamant about having your prices reflect that. Like what do you have in your program that makes it a fuck yes for you and for other people? So by the way, like this is all in, as I'm creating this, I'm creating right now a mini course about mini courses. for you guys. And I plan on charging for it, not a whole lot. It's going to be under $100, but I'm still mapping it out because right now my current clients, my current students, in coaching, they're needing a lot of extra support. They're needing a lot of motivation and accountability right now. And so that's taking away other things. But one thing that's really super important right now, especially for me, like before this happened, the only way that I could do all the things I needed to get done was to have a schedule. Everything had to be scheduled in. And I have a tendency to, let me know if you guys are the same, I have the tendency to, I could work all day and all night, especially if I'm stressed out or unsure about something. I just throw myself into work, but that's not helpful right now to anybody. So right now I still have that a definite start time, a definite end time, and I'm still going to take the weekends off. That's what the balance is, so much more important right now than it ever has been. So make sure you're taking the time for yourself, because right now you need radical self-care, not just regular self-care, radical self-care. So as I'm trying to map out this mini program for you guys, it's important to me to have that balance. So I want you guys to not be afraid to not work and feel your feelings right now, because that's the only way that you know, your feelings need to be seen right now and heard. So they're also great signposts as to what you really need to be working on. So if you're not feeling great about selling, let's look at that. What's underneath that? Oh, Andrea. Hi, Andrea. Girl. I'll read your comment after I'm done. And so yeah, like the mini course is all about like figuring out what to sell, who to sell it to, how to sell it, very low techy. Because like I said, I don't want you guys getting in your head about the tech part of it. It doesn't need to be big. So there's a lot of other stuff in there too, but as I'm taking my time to map it out so it aligns with me, what's best, that's what's important. So I gotta run, but the biggest, if you get nothing out of anything that I've ever said or ever will say in the future, I want you to get a piece of paper and a pen and write this down. And I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna have some water because I've been talking all day and singing all day. And this, you can write this down too. Don't quit your daydream, y'all. This is not the time. Okay, are you guys ready? Are you guys ready to have your mind blown? Blown? So, I said this to somebody else earlier and it totally blew their mind as well. So I want to give her a lot of love as well right now. I think she's on. So if nothing else, what I want you guys to know is, as far as selling goes, if you're feeling icky about it, or if you're feeling some kind of way about it, like I said, it's not a requirement to sell right now because you can reuse this stuff later on down the road. If you give it away for free, totally fine. I'm not judging not selling right now. But what I want you to know is, as long as you are proud of what you're offering, as long as what you're offering aligns with your values and the amount of energy it's going to take from you and the structure of the program, as long as all of that aligns for you, your attitude should be, are you ready? You're fucking welcome. I'm gonna let that sit for a second, take another drink. That's the attitude I have about selling anything at any price point. Whether we're in a global pandemic or not, I feel like a lot of people want to give their stuff away for free, which is totally fine. But if that doesn't align for you, you're gonna cause yourself, the cost of that to you is going to be astronomical. So if it aligns for you to give it for free, cool. But if it doesn't, make it so that your attitude is, you're fucking welcome, people. And it's gonna sell. Because if it's something that you're proud of and it's something that is going to serve your people at whatever price point, and you don't have that attitude, when you go to sell it, when you go to message it out, it's not going to make sense to people because you're not 100% behind it. So what is your fucking welcome package? That's what I want to know. I want you guys to let me know in this thread. I'll come back later and check it when I'm off the phone with my people. And let's work it out. Let's suss it out. This is something that, as long as you're in the Off the Leash Business Owners Collective, I will come back to this thread and look at it and give you some feedback on it. So that's your mission. Go think about what your fucking welcome package is. So, all right, guys, I got to get on the phone again. I will talk to you soon. All right, bye.